Hey guys, Ghazzy TV here with another Path of Exile crafting video, and in this one I'm going to show you how to craft a shield that is normally used by the Herald of Purity build, which will have a guide out very soon if it's not posted already. Besides that, we have the availability of a shield like this that has a life modifier, is very commonly used for builds like Zoomancer, which is quite popular right now. So I'm going to show you how to craft these. And as you can see, we have a fracture modifier. So I'm going to show you first how to determine which type of items you want to use for this. So first off, you need to make sure that you have a shield that can roll Minion modifiers, which is a fossilized shield. And the best way to search for this on the trade site is to go in and go ahead and search for the implicit minions deal damage, and then check the item category for shield. Then make sure you pop the proper item level. In our case, we're looking for 84. The way to verify this is, again, using Craft of Exile. And in here, we can see that the shield for item level 84 is required for tier 1 minion damage, which is very hard to hit, but you want the possibility of doing so. But you can also get some resistances, which requires 84. Now, there are some modifiers that is available for the item level 86. So having an item level 84 and not higher is the best option. But having higher is not big of an impact. So with that information, we know for a fact that we want minion skills. We want to have at least a tier 5 or higher minion damage. And we also want to have a very high crit chance for both Herald of Purity and for the Zoomancer type of builds. The shield is mostly used by those builds. So we want to have a tier 2 or higher crit with tier 5 or higher minion damage and a minion skill level. Then you would go in and click compute best selection, which will then tell me which fossils is best according to Craft of Exile and the average craft cost for this, which in this case is going to tell me to use Bound, Dense, and Pristine. And this is only the average outcome, of course, and it's going to tell me that I have to spend an average of 12 divines in this. However, if I buy a shield that looks like this, it's going to cost me nothing. Literally nothing. However, if we then check the little box here, it says fractured, and I'm going to fracture one of these mods. For example, we are going to go ahead and turn these off so I can actually work on the site. There we go. And in the minion, I will right-click it, which means it's going to get fractured. And if I now click compute best selection, it's going to cost a lot less to craft this. Here's the problem with this. The craft cost is now bound and corroded, and it only cost me 2 divines. However, when you are searching for fractured modifiers, what you will do is you put the tilde mark like this, and then fract, and then I just copy past that on level, min skill. So I can do these searches by having this little tilde button icon first, and then I click all skills. If I do this on an item level 84 on a shield, they cost quite a lot of money. Now I'm spending 5.4 divines just for the base, or 6 divines just for the base, right? Other fracture modifiers we could have is the other ones we're looking for, which is the crit chance. Obviously, you want to have, above 100%. You can also look for the minion damage. We want it to have a 50 plus, right? But if you want to go for fracture one, you want to get a bigger modifier out of the fracture, of course. So you're looking for something like 95 plus. So if we turn those two off and look at how much are the minion damage fracture shields going for, again, very, very, very expensive at tier 2 or higher minion damage. And if we look at the crit one, they're currently going for quite a lot less. And normally what I try to do then is try to get this number up to like the maximum. If I can find them cheaply, they go for about 100, 150 to 200 chaos, which is much cheaper. And to verify the cost of that, I would turn these fossils off. I'll have the fracture here. I'll turn off the fracture and then set the fracture on this modifier instead. And then again, click compute best selection. This is how you use Craft of Exile to consistently double check the crafting cost. Again, this is only average, so it's very likely that you'll spend it's averagely you're going to land on this if you craft millions of this. However, you can end up crafting it for a lot less or for a lot more. But by buying a fracture piece when you want to craft these makes the average cost go down significantly. So I bought a shield in game, which is a minion crit 108 fractured. It is also item level 85, so not the most optimal. Again, doesn't matter too much. So in this case, we're in a position where it's 2.36 divine orbs, and now we're able to put these fossils in. So it's a 3-socket resonator with a pristine, dense, and bound, and this is basically how I would craft it. And what we're looking for is the level of all minion skills like this, and we're looking for this together with a minion damage. Now we got the +1, but not with a decent minion damage. And this is essentially the entire craft process. And according to Craft of Exile, it's going to cost me an average of 28 tries on this before I hit minion damage, as you can see there, of the tier that I want, together with a +1 level of minion skills. And the thing is, for that, there are two different builds that wants to use this. The current iteration of the builds that we have for Herald of Purity, they do not want to play with life modifiers simply because they're using Utula. That means that if you end up with a shield that has a life modifier, this includes life regen, you're not going to be wanting to sell that or use it for the Herald of Purity. But if you don't have life modifiers, then you will use your Herald of Purity builds. The reason I'm saying this is because once you hit this, you're going to be able to finalize the item by using Exalted Orbs and or a Benchcraft. And that's basically how you finish the shield. So here we have a very low minion damage with +1. I don't think that's okay, so we're going to keep crafting. So this is the entire craft process. But again, you know, the cost of it is very random depending on the outcome. So in this case, we have filled our suffixes. We have the crit. We have a reasonable tier 4 minion damage prefix, but the suffixes is minion resistance and a very good res roll. This is great because this offers me the possibility to bench life, and I can use it for Zoomancer, or I'll bench whatever the hell I want. In this case, on the prefixes, we have energy shield. We can get flat armor, for example, and we can get quality target gems. And that's basically the options we have on the prefixes to sell this or use it for something like a Herald of Purity character. So that's how you do the craft. Hope you guys have used this video. I'll see if I can make a written guide, and all the guides that I have is listed in the descriptions below. Don't forget to leave a like in the video, comment down below what you guys think of these craft guides, and if you want more, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, stay safe, keep rocking.